Hello, this is reV, and we are playing a bit of Ike Ike Nekketsu Hockey Bu, which more or less translates to Go Hot Blood Hockey Team. Hot Blood, aka Nekketsu, is essentially the name of the school these guys are in. It's a long-running franchise, but I'll explain it a bit further on. So, here's our protagonist, Kunio, playing dodgeball with his little mate, with his shades, from his dodgeball team, actually. And they accidentally hit this chap, who is, I believe, the captain of the school's ice hockey team. And he's a bit depressed, because his team is not doing well, as far as I know. And the girl's stalking them, she's someone who has a crush on the captain, I think, and she also runs the school magazine / newspaper, I believe. So, there's a little backstory. I can't read Japanese, so it's based on what I read from somewhere, some time ago. Anyways, there we go, Ike Ike Nekketsu Hockey Bu. This is part of a long-running franchise by Technos Japan. The guys who are actually responsible for Double Dragons. I don't think I mentioned this yet, but yeah, there we go. It's one of my, well, not one of my, it is my absolute favorite franchise of the Nintendo Entertainment System. I grew up with this, so it's a pretty big deal for me. Some of you might actually recognize the sprites a bit. For those of you who actually played Nintendo quite a bit, you might recognize the name River City Ransom, which is actually a localized version of one of the games from this franchise. So, yeah, it's well-known franchise, pretty cool franchise, and it has brilliant, one of the best Nintendo Entertainment System soundtracks, in my honest opinion, for the entire franchise, in my honest opinion. And this game has some of the best of the franchise. Well, I reckon at least. Okay, so as far as the story go, I think Kunio decided to actually challenge the guy, his ice hockey team, just to see how absolutely terrible they are. And they are actually pretty terrible, as you'll find out. So, Kunio brought his dodgeball / soccer team mates along, actually. I don't actually know the stats, so that doesn't really matter at this point. This is the first game, so it's, first match, so it's reasonably simple. So it might look like a basic sport game to you. It's a little more complicated than that, as Nekketsu's games tend to be. A lot of them are actually sport games, but with a twist. You can essentially, come on, get over here, beat up people with it. Yeah, just fuck people up for no apparent reason. If you so like, die. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a sport game with a lot of violence, and I think that actually sums up the game pretty well. It's a first match, so there's absolutely not going to be any challenge, and I think it's probably not going to be very entertaining to watch, but hey, whatever. Oops. I was going to actually just smack them, but I don't think there is any game mechanics for me to really explain, but you run around, you shoot, you can pass. I don't generally pass the ball around. Well, actually, the puck. I think it's called a puck. I don't really know my hockey terminologies. There is no ice hockey in South Africa. There is normal hockey, though. I don't know the terminology for that either. I don't know what the hell's what's going on there. So there's a bit of a funny story with this game. For when I was a kid. The first time I saw this game was from my neighbor, actually. Was looking at his collection, and he happened to have this. And being a big Nekketsu series fan, in China it's mostly referred to as Nekketsu series. Elsewhere, Kunio-kun, or at least it's in Japan. And anywhere else, well, that's kind of depends on who you ask. But yeah, what was I? So, being a fan of the series, I basically tried to borrow the game from the neighbor, and his response was that I can only borrow it if I actually beat him in the game. Which is a bit of a stupid thing for me to accept, but I accepted anyways. I mean, I was a kid. Obviously, I'm gonna freaking accept that challenge. And as you expect, I got my ass kicked because I never actually played this particular game. Okay, well, one of their teammates is angry. Oh, he's gonna try to smack me just now, but I beat him up. I beat everybody up because I can. That's what you do in Nekketsu games, you beat people up. Where was I? I can't actually remember what I was saying. Ah, fuck, he actually took the ball. So I lost, as you'd expect, because I never play the game, and thankfully the guy's mom actually, well, kind of overheard the whole conversation and whole challenge and bet and all that nonsense, and she actually lent the game to me. So great. I mean, that was my first experience with the game, and it was great. I mean, it's again one of my favorite games from this franchise, and one that I am probably most experienced with. Hence, I'm actually making a video of it. Otherwise, I wouldn't. But yeah, it's probably not going to it's not going to make the most entertaining video, I'd imagine. Again, I mean, well, not at the moment at least. It's the first match. It's very, very simple. There's no challenge at all. Unfortunately, the hockey team is absolutely terrible, as mentioned. So they're getting their ass handed to them by Kunio and his dodgeball team. Well, dodgeball teammates. I'm being a bit of a one-trick pony with this thing, isn't it? Smack him. Whoops, didn't intend to do that. Ah! They actually scored. Whoops, my bad. That shouldn't have happened. Oh, and he's angry. Nope, no you don't. And no you don't either. So you can actually... Oh jeez, he's on my ass. Now the time's nearly out for this particular... what do you even call it? I have no experience with ice hockey, so I don't actually know what do you even call any of these. Session, period, it's not half. It's not first half or second half. There's like 3 periods. Okay, well, we can call it periods. That's what they're naming it here. Okay, it doesn't really matter what teammates I choose, because that's gonna change. I'm kind of, well, Kunio apparently I think he called up his teammates just for a quick game. So, they're not gonna stay. Sadly, you can't beat up the goalie. There's one thing I can do. Ram myself into the thing. Unfortunately, that's not a trick that's gonna work throughout the game. But again, first match, it doesn't really matter. You can pretty much do anything and you're still gonna win it. For NES game, this is surprisingly easy actually. I mean, generally you expect quite a bit of difficulty with NES games, but not with this. I'm not complaining. Oh man, I'm trying to get a trick shot out, but it's not really working out. If you're actually familiar with any of the Nekketsu series games, you'll know that doing these special attacks require quite good timing, like that. There we go. Timing is absolutely crucial. You probably actually, I mean, if you're familiar with Nintendo games, you probably know that another game from the franchise called Super Dodgeball, or Nekketsu Dodgeball Bu, as the non-localized version of it is called. Oh jeez, he's rather fast. And that has similar mechanics. Oh, okay. You can do special shots. It's a sport game, but with special mechanics to it, mostly violence, and you can do special shoots and things like that. There's a soccer game. There's a soccer game, well, 2 soccer game in this franchise actually, and 1 basketball game. 2 what do you call these? Marathon? No, not marathon. I can't remember what you call them. Sport games, just general sport games. 2 other general sport games involving running through the neighborhood for some reason. There's actually a Steam version of one game from this franchise. It's called River City Sport Challenge, even though it's actually not properly localized. All the character names and so on and so forth are actually from the Japanese version. It's Kunio and so on and so forth. Whereas in River City Ransom, the characters actually have English names like Alex and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's a game I actually still need to pick up. I haven't done that yet. I only noticed the game was on Steam like last week. Oh, that was unexpected. I didn't know you can actually do that. That was completely accidental. Oh, whoops. Get back here. Thank you. So, aside from doing weird timing nonsense when it comes to... Oh, wait, that's not what I want to do. You can charge up your shot to do a special shot as well. Okay, well, I think I'm too close to the goal, actually, to do that. Let's try that again. Don't hit me, don't hit me. There we go. So, if you charge up your shot, you can do that as well, but... As the game goes on, this is nigh on impossible. You'll never be given the opportunity to actually charge your shots. So, the other method, which is lob the ball up, jump, and hit, is the more reliable way. And wax everybody. As you can see out from the bottom, there's actually a hit point bar. If you actually hit them long enough, they will more or less get knocked out. And, well, not permanently, but they'll stay down for longer than usual. And, oh jeez, okay, that guy's angry. Yep, he's very angry. Okay, the Kunio's teammates don't actually have any particularly spectacular special shots, sadly. But, I mean, they're temporary characters, so that's to be expected. Ah, missed. Let me just run into it. There we go, that works. So yeah, the first match is hellishly boring, sadly, but... And I'm feeling the pressure of actually trying to keep this video entertaining. It's not really working, is it? I never claimed to be particularly entertaining, I'm just doing it because I feel like it, so there we go. Luckily from second match onward, it starts to get a bit more challenging and hopefully become a little more entertaining to watch. I don't know, what the hell am I doing? Doesn't matter. Is he gonna... What is he gonna do? Also, you control the goalie and your team member at the same time as well, so it's a bit difficult to control. I didn't intend to pass that. Whoops. Nah, I didn't get it. (22-1). I don't know how... I mean, I don't think... Interval... I just noticed they actually spell Nekketsu wrong on the center of the field. Nekketsu, they missed the S. Oh well, Japs. It's to be expected. Grab the ball and run. Get fucked. Thank you. I keep missing. Well, I'm out of practice with this game. I actually haven't played it for like at least a year, so... I can't remember the guy with the shades name. He's in 2 of the other games. Dodgeball and the soccer game as well. He's one of Kunio's closest mates. They do dodgeball practices pretty much all the time. Can't remember his name though. I think it's Shinichi or something on those lines. Doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, I thought he was actually gonna intercept that, but never mind. Easy. Sadly, you can't actually just beat the goalie up. That would be interesting. Actually, I think you can. If you hit him with a special shot... Ow. That was uncalled for, buddy. Prepare to die. Thank you. Oh, whoops. Yeah, that happens when you smack yourself against a wall or something on those lines. Run. So, if you do a special shot and... Oh, yeah. That didn't happen, but if you do manage to get a special shot and you hit the goalie, he will get knocked out of the field. And sometimes the ball doesn't actually go into the goal after you knock the goalie out. And the goalie will actually stay off the field for the entire duration of the game. Well, for the match, for the interval, for the period. There we go. For the period. And well, the goal will stay wide open. Not that it matters. The scores happen quite frequently. 27-1. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how. What's the score on the real hockey game? or ice hockey game. I don't think you usually go above 5 or something on those lines, if I'm remembering correctly. Of course, I don't know jack shit about ice hockey. Never watched it, not a South African thing, as you can imagine. As I mentioned before, I believe. We have regular hockey. The ones where it actually takes effort to play, and people don't beat each other up. Probably not as exciting for ice hockey viewers, but hey, whatever. It's not a particular popular sport anyways. It's usually just English colony countries that play that, I think. 31. This is getting really stale right now. Again, if you can master the trick shot, the game gets insanely easy. The keepers sometimes block it, but not very often. Oh, Jesus Christ, he hates us. Oh, I didn't catch that. That's just... Oh, my guy's angry now. Whoops. Get fucked up. I just want to beat them up at this point. Oh no, I actually missed that. That is terrible. I've got 36 seconds left. Let's just beat them up for shits and giggles. Can I switch? Sadly, there's no way to actually switch the player. It kind of auto switches you, depends on who is closer to the area on the map. Come back here. You just smack your ass. There we go. Stay down. That's game. Easy. First match. And blah 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 blah, something happens. I have no idea what they're saying, but wish I can actually read Japanese. Feel free to translate it if you want. So here is the hockey team captain being all sad and being a pussy in general, and Kunio's not happy with that. And the little girl is... I don't even know what he's saying. And those are actually the rest of the hockey team members. And so the story begins. Kunio's essentially going to lead this team to victory, hopefully. Well, that's at least the intention. I'd love to know actually what the writings are, but heck, whatever. Bloody bloody blah blah. Okay, thank you. Yep. Second match. We are fighting some... Well, this is actually the Kendo Bu's captain. They're having a little chat, and they are going to be... Well, we are actually going to be challenging their team. Anyways, we're going to end off here. We're probably going to just do one match per video and see how that goes. Yeah, they'll probably do. I mean, they'll probably be pretty good, I think. I can't remember how long this video has been running for, but probably like 20 minutes. That's a good length, I think. Anyways, cheerio. See you next time. Bye-bye.